Welcome to Holly's Quiet Harbor. Take a deep breath and let your mind begin to rest. Welcome, friend. I'm so glad you're here. Whether today has been full of responsibilities, unexpected worries, difficult conversations, or simply the steady weight of everyday life, you've made your way to this quiet place. For the next little while, there's nowhere else you need to be, and nothing else you need to accomplish. Tonight isn't about trying harder to fall asleep. It's not about forcing your thoughts to disappear. It's not about getting everything exactly right. Instead, this is simply an invitation to rest. If your mind has been racing, if it has been replaying conversations, imagining every possible outcome, making lists, solving problems, or carrying burdens that seem impossible to put down, know that you're not alone. Many of us discover that when the world finally becomes quiet, our thoughts decide it's the perfect time to become loud. But here's something I hope you'll remember tonight. Your anxious mind is not your enemy. It's simply trying to help. It wants to keep you safe. It wants to prepare you for tomorrow. It wants to make sure nothing is forgotten. And while those intentions come from a place of care, your mind sometimes forgets that even the strongest hearts need rest. Tonight, we're going to gently remind it. So before we go any farther, allow yourself to settle into whatever position feels most comfortable. Notice the surface beneath you. Feel it supporting your back. A pillow cradling your head. A blanket resting softly across your body. You don't have to lie perfectly still. You don't have to breathe in any special way. There's no perfect posture, no perfect breath, no perfect meditation. There is only this moment, and you are already doing enough simply by being here. If you'd like, allow your eyes to close, or perhaps they already have. Notice the darkness behind your eyelids, not as something empty, but as something gentle, like the quiet of evening settling over the sea. Take one slow breath in, and let it go with an easy sigh. Again, breathing in only as deeply as feels comfortable, and breathing out just a little more slowly. One more time. A quiet breath in and an unhurried breath out. Now, allow your breathing to find its own natural rhythm. There's nothing to control, nothing to manage. Your body has known how to breathe since your very first moment. Tonight, you can simply let it continue its faithful work while you rest. As you breathe naturally, begin noticing the places where your body may be holding the day. Perhaps there's tension around your forehead. You don't need to force it away, simply notice it. And imagine that with your next exhale, that tightness softens just a little. Perhaps your jaw has been quietly working all day. See if you might allow your teeth to separate ever so slightly, your tongue resting comfortably. No effort, only permission. Notice your shoulders. So many of us carry far more than our share there. Responsibilities, expectations, concerns for people we love, questions without answers. Imagine those shoulders growing just a little heavier, not burdened, but supported, as though the bed beneath you is quietly saying, "I've got you." Feel that support. You don't have to hold yourself up tonight. The bed can do that for you. Let that feeling continue down through your arms, your elbows, your hands. If your hands have spent the day typing, driving, cooking, carrying, comforting, cleaning, or simply holding on, they've done enough. Let your fingers uncurl. Let them rest. Your heart has worked faithfully today, without asking for recognition, without taking a break. Be grateful for its steady rhythm. There's no need to listen for it. Simply know that it continues its quiet work, allowing you the gift of this moment. Allow that sense of ease to travel through your chest, your back, your abdomen. If you've been holding your stomach tightly without even realizing it, perhaps protecting yourself from worry, see if you can let it soften. No one is asking you to be strong right now. Rest is not weakness. Rest is wisdom. Your body knows this. Your spirit knows this. Perhaps tonight, your mind is simply catching up. Now notice your hips, your legs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet. Imagine every muscle becoming just a little heavier, as though gravity itself has become kind. Nothing pulling, nothing demanding, only gently holding you. For just a few moments, simply notice how completely you are supported. The bed beneath you, the room around you, the quiet of the evening, and perhaps somewhere beyond these walls, the steady rhythm of the world continuing without needing anything from you. The trees continue growing. The moon continues its journey. The stars keep patient watch. The tides rise. The tides fall. The earth continues turning. And for these few precious moments, you don't have to keep everything turning. You are allowed to step out of that responsibility. There is something I often remind myself when life feels overwhelming. Not every thought deserves an answer tonight. Some thoughts simply want attention. Others are asking for reassurance. And a few are simply passing through. We don't always have to invite them to stay. Imagine yourself sitting quietly beside a window on a rainy evening. You notice raindrops sliding down the glass. You don't chase them. You don't stop them. You simply watch. Thoughts can be like that. One appears, then another, and another, each moving across your awareness. You don't have to climb into every thought. You don't have to solve every question. You don't have to replay every conversation. Instead, simply notice. Ah, there's a thought. And then allow it to continue on its way. If another thought arrives, greet it gently. There you are. No judgment, no frustration, certainly no criticism. Your mind is doing what minds do, thinking. But tonight, you are learning something different. You don't have to follow every thought wherever it wants to lead. You can simply watch it drift by, like a cloud crossing a peaceful evening sky, like a leaf floating along a quiet stream, like a bird passing overhead without needing to know exactly where it's going. Take another easy breath. Notice how your body feels now compared to when we began. Perhaps nothing dramatic has changed. That's perfectly all right. We aren't looking for perfection, only a gentle softening, a quiet unfolding, the kind that comes naturally when we stop asking ourselves to carry everything alone. In just a few moments, we're going to leave the busy places of the day behind and make our way toward a peaceful harbor, a place where the water is calm, the lanterns glow warmly, the waves whisper against the shore, and where every worry can be safely held until morning. You don't have to leave anything behind before we go. You don't have to become perfectly peaceful first. You are welcome exactly as you are, with your hopes, your questions, your weariness, your racing thoughts. Bring them all. The harbor has room for every one of them. So let your next breath arrive gently and leave just as gently. Allow your body to grow a little heavier, a little quieter, and together we'll begin our slow walk toward the water. There's no hurry, no destination that must be reached by a certain time, only an unhurried walk through the gentle quiet of the evening. Imagine yourself stepping onto a narrow path, smooth beneath your feet. The air is cool, but not cold. It carries the clean scent of salt water mingled with wild grasses that have spent the day basking in the sun. Somewhere nearby, you hear the faint rustle of leaves moving in a light breeze. Everything seems to be breathing at its own peaceful pace. The world has begun to settle for the night. You don't need to think about where you're going. This is a path you've walked before, even if only in your imagination. With every step, the concerns of the day become just a little quieter, not because they've disappeared, not because they no longer matter, but because you've chosen for this little while not to carry them on your shoulders. Instead, you simply walk. The sky above you is deepening into shades of blue so rich they almost seem to glow from within. The first stars have begun to appear, patient, steady, unconcerned with the rushing of the day. There is something comforting about stars. They never seem to hurry. They don't compete with one another. They simply shine, each in its own place. Perhaps there is something we can learn from them. You continue along the winding path. Soon, you begin to hear it. The quiet rhythm of water, not crashing waves, not a storm, just the gentle, reassuring sound of the tide meeting the shore. Each wave arriving exactly when it should. Never early, never late. Breathing in, breathing out, as though the sea itself is quietly reminding you that you don't have to force the rhythm of your own life. You round one final bend in the path, and there it is, your quiet harbor. Moonlight dances across the water like scattered silver. Small wooden boats rest peacefully at their moorings. They rise gently with the tide, then settle again. No struggle, no resistance. Simply moving with the water that carries them. Soft lanterns glow along the dock. Their warm light reflects in long golden ribbons across the calm harbor. Nothing is bright. Nothing is harsh. Everything invites your shoulders to soften just a little more. You make your way toward a weathered wooden bench overlooking the water. Its wood has been warmed by countless sunsets and cooled by countless evenings like this one. It seems almost as though it has been waiting for you. You sit down. The wood feels solid beneath you, steady, dependable. The kind of steadiness that asks nothing of you except to rest. Take a slow breath. As you breathe in, notice the fresh evening air. As you breathe out, imagine releasing just a tiny bit more of the day. No effort, simply allowing. The harbor is wonderfully quiet. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the gentle call of a seabird making its final journey home for the evening. A buoy gives a soft, occasional chime as it rocks with the tide. The water whispers against the dock. These sounds don't ask for your attention. They simply exist. And somehow, their very simplicity makes it easier to let your own thoughts become quieter. Now imagine that beside the bench rests a small basket. Inside are tiny wooden boats, each one beautifully crafted, simple, strong, ready to float. Tonight, these little boats have a special purpose. Whenever a worry appears, you don't have to wrestle with it. You don't have to push it away. You don't have to pretend it isn't there. Instead, you simply notice it. Perhaps it's a concern about someone you love. Perhaps it's tomorrow's responsibilities. Perhaps it's something you wish you had said differently, or something someone else said that still lingers. Whatever it is, gently place that thought into one of the little boats. Not to lose it or ignore it, simply to let it rest until morning. Carefully set the boat into the harbor. Watch as the tide receives it. There it goes, moving slowly across the calm water, safe, held. You don't need to keep your hands on it anymore. Another thought appears, perhaps one that's been circling all evening. Notice it kindly. There's no need to criticize yourself for having it. An anxious mind is often a caring mind, a conscientious mind, a loving mind. Sometimes the very people who worry the most are the people who care the most. So instead of becoming frustrated with yourself, offer yourself a little compassion. Of course you've been worrying. You've been trying to protect what matters. And now, just for tonight, you can let the harbor protect it with you. Place that thought into another little boat. Watch it drift. No rushing, no resistance, only gentle movement. As each boat floats farther across the moonlit water, notice that nothing terrible happens. The world continues. The stars keep shining. The tide rises and falls. Your breathing continues. Your heart continues beating. You begin to understand something beautiful. You have never been meant to carry every worry, every moment of every day. Even sailors, after long voyages, bring their boats safely into harbor. They don't remain at sea forever. Harbors exist because every journey needs a place of rest, and so do you. Perhaps there are still thoughts arriving, and that's all right. There's no limit to the number of little boats. Each one receives another concern, a memory, a question, a responsibility. One by one, the harbor accepts them all. Some drift only a short distance before becoming still. Others float quietly toward the far side of the bay, their tiny lanterns glowing softly in the darkness. Soon the water is dotted with gentle lights. Notice how much lighter your hands feel. Your shoulders, your breathing, even your thoughts seem to have a little more space between them. The silence no longer feels empty. It feels welcoming. Peace is not the absence of thoughts. Peace is discovering that you don't have to follow every one of them. You can simply sit here, wrapped in the quiet, listening to the tide, watching the lanterns drift across the water, knowing that morning will come in its own time. And whatever needs your attention then, you will meet it with the strength that comes from having rested. For now, there's nowhere else to be, nothing left to solve. Only this calm harbor, this gentle night, and the quiet invitation to simply remain here for a little while longer. As you rise from the bench, you notice a narrow wooden pier stretching quietly over the water. Its weathered planks have welcomed countless gentle footsteps. You step onto the pier. The wood feels solid beneath your feet, strong, steady, dependable. With each slow step, you move a little farther from the busyness of the shore and a little closer to the peaceful rhythm of the sea. At the very end of the pier is a comfortable wooden chair, simple, well-loved, positioned so that whoever sits there can watch the moonlight dancing across the water for as long as they wish. You settle into the chair. A soft blanket rests across your lap. Its warmth feels comforting, familiar, like being wrapped in kindness itself. Take an easy breath. Notice how naturally your breathing has become. You didn't have to make it happen. It found its own gentle rhythm. So often, that's how peace arrives, not because we chase it, but because we finally stop chasing everything else. The tide continues its quiet conversation with the shore, in and out. The night asks nothing of you except your presence. Nothing to achieve, or prove, or fix. Only to rest, breathe. Allow yourself to be cared for by this peaceful place. In a few moments, you may find that even these words begin to matter less. The harbor itself will become your companion. The rhythm of the tide, the turning of the lighthouse, the quiet shimmer of moonlight upon the sea. And together, they will gently carry you toward sleep. The harbor will keep watch. The lighthouse will remain lit. The tide knows its way. And so, deep within you, does your soul. Sweet dreams. Good night.